Hi there, Victor Pross speaking to you, anarchist artist, wishing you the very best for 2014. 2014, oh my God, time moves along. Now, as a lot of you know, I am a visual artist, and yet others know me only as an anarchist, and yet others know me only as a fly in the Zeitgeist movement's ointment. Well, I'm here to tell you that I'm all three, God damn it. I'm an anarchist artist, and I am a fly in the Zeitgeist ointment. Now, I want to paint you a picture. As a visual artist, I want to paint you a picture. I want to reach out to you today as a fellow anarchist, and I do ask that you listen to me. Sit back, throw another log on the fire, have some eggnog, and listen. Today I want to talk to you about the market, but not in the way that economists would speak to you about it in their dry and academic way. I want to bring it down to earth, make it of direct relevance to you and your life as an individual. Now, given that I'm a fly in the Zeitgeist movement's ointment, let's begin there. Now, here's the idea. The Zeitgeist movement begins with the premise that the free market and the state are one. That the state is merely an outgrowth of the market, like a wart on a cancerous body. That is the idea. This is what can be called the Peter Joseph premise. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Make it very clear. I don't know if you've heard me complain about this before and criticizing it, or maybe you've heard Peter Joseph himself articulate it in some video. The Zeitgeist movement begins with the premise that the free market and the state are one, that the state is merely an outgrowth of the market. This is the Peter Joseph premise. But to continue, he also attached to this already ludicrous notion the following: that if it weren't for the state, the market would have imploded a long time ago. It's the state that has kept the market in check. Otherwise, it would have been a circus of monkeys throwing shit at one another. Ultimately, with this premise, both the state and the market are shit, but one ultimately comes out as the better of the two, that being the state. Yet they're both one and the same, you understand. Okay, so to me this is just fucking intellectual lunacy. When you think of any government around the world and throughout history, the presentation of the state as a stern moderator and referee, and ultimately the savior of civilization, the intellectual insanity should be abundantly clear to any rational and intellectually honest person. But let's take that supposed beacon of freedom, the United States. Okay, the U.S. government has thousands of nuclear weapons, has thrown thousands of people in jail for victimless crimes, has murdered millions of people, decimated the Native American population, launches wars of conquest and aggression, sells the unborn to creditors, inflates the dollar, holds a monopoly on the money supply, indoctrinates children in the schools, etc. And that's their more sunny side when you get down to it. So, but yet, the state is the sunnier side of that ugly beast known as the market. This is the Peter Joseph premise. Now, as anarchists, we know that the state holds a legal and moral monopoly on the initiation of physical force. It's the only social organization that has arrogated this so-called right to itself. The free market is, to the extent that it's allowed to be free, is the lifeblood, the source of the world's wealth and prosperity. The state cannot survive except as a parasite on the productive energies of the host population. As anarchists, we know that the state is not a productive enterprise. It does not produce anything. It merely expropriates wealth that has been created by the free market of producers and traders. The state is merely a gun, a club, a fist, an army. It's raw, naked, physical force. Initiatory force. Make it clear, understand what it is. Now, in a free economy where no person or group of people can use physical coercion against anyone, economic power can be achieved only by voluntary means, by the voluntary choice and agreement of all those who participate in the process of production and trade. This is not just in theory. This has been something that's applied to action. And it's this principle that has enabled us to survive as a species. It's a basic metaphysical fact of our nature as human beings, the connection between our survival and the use of our reason that the non-aggression principle recognizes and protects. It's the free market that has enabled us to survive. The free market is the non-aggression principle in action. Let me repeat that. The free market is the non-aggression principle in action. In a free society, all human relationships are voluntary. All human relationships, personal and business. People are free to cooperate or not, to deal with one another or not, as their own individual judgments, convictions, and interests dictate, both personally and in business. But there's a lot of people who are still just not getting this, man. Just not fucking getting this. So if what I've said so far, maybe if everything I said thus far in this video is too academic, too abstract, so let's make it more concrete, bring it down to earth as I promised, make it more personable to you. I'll make the case in such a way that nobody can misunderstand what I'm saying, except for those who carry some kind of political stripe in their back pocket and the Zeitgeisters, of course. So, let's ask the question, what is the free market? Let's take it from another angle. What is the free market? Well, the free market is you. You are the free market. You. Yeah, you. Not the guy behind you. Well, him too, actually. You, listening to this video. Every time you have sold or purchased anything online, on eBay, in a store, from your website, in person, you are the free market. Your family is the free market. Your friends are the free market. The people you interact with on a daily basis, the hundreds of strangers, they are the free market. They, like you, are producers and traders. We are consumers and we are producers. We are traders. We're all of it. That is the free market. The Zeitgeist system, or any left-wing ideology, whenever they shit over what they take to be a mere abstraction, the free market, what they want you to do, when they want you to accept their ideology, they want you to accept it first by spitting in your own face. Because you are the free market. And that's what they're criticizing. The free market is not some thing that hovers over human beings. Human beings are the free market. Free market means freedom to produce and to trade as individuals see fit. The free market is nothing other than the sum total of people engaged in these activities, interacting with one another voluntarily, producing and trading in the world of commerce or in personal relationships. That's the free market. The free market is you. So whenever these assholes are spitting all over the free market, they're ultimately spitting all over you. This is Victor Pross signing out, anarchist artist, wishing you once again a happy new year. Pop goes the culture.